Why, I believe it means angel. Why, yes, I'm sure it does. I know you're going to like that name. Won't you, Peter?
Fury, now or never.
Dun, 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 dun. Finally, a superhero team I can actually get behind.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. JEMS Art Studio is an online store that allows access to prints that you can use for most anything, obviously as just a picture, or as a wallpaper, or as a bookmark, or anything you can think of. You can find JEMS Art Studio at etsy.com/shop/JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. So, I heard there was a new episode of What If last week.
Ooh.
Was there? I don't know.
I will be right back. I'm going to get some water.
Ooh. Okay. Well, there was a new episode of What If this week.
You can lead them in. I will follow after.
Ooh, okay. So, What If is actually, I thought, pretty cool this week. And it's just going to autoplay on me, so we are going to get a claim on here. That is for sure. Ooh. Give me just a moment. I'll get this set up. But this is perhaps... I do feel like this series is finding its footing. But let's get into the story, because the story is essentially we are following the heroes. Our main character is probably Nick Fury. It probably varies throughout. But we are treated to the very beginning of Iron Man 2, where they're given Tony Stark the dose of the medicine he needs, if you remember that movie. And Tony Stank. Oh, and the dose that Black Widow gives him kills him. And this causes S.H.I.E.L.D. to arrest her for killing Tony Stark. And she's, of course, pleading her innocence. Nick Fury believes her. And then we cut pretty quickly to Thor. And Thor is going to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters to get his hammer. Hawkeye's got his bow and arrow. He's going to shoot Thor. But he's like, I'm waiting for your word. And the word isn't given. And then he accidentally releases the arrow. And he kills Thor. And that was set up perfectly right there.
That was.
Damn it, Mark. I told you to stand down.
And he's saying...
Wasn't me.
Yeah, he's saying it wasn't him. And he killed Thor. But it wasn't him. And then, they arrest him now. And at some point, Natasha breaks out. I don't know if it's before or after. But we also find that Clint is dead in his cell. Someone killed him in his cell.
Yeah.
So 3 Avengers down. Pretty much very quickly.
And in quick succession with one another.
But Natasha goes out investigating. She talks to Betty Ross and Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner.
Shot.
Oh yeah, that was cool with the Watcher in the background.
Yeah.
That was cool. And I shouldn't put together clips for this. Of course, Loki comes to Earth because Thor is dead. And then I think this is after Hulk goes boom. Because when we were watching it, we're like, well, you can't really kill Hulk, and they even mentioned it, he's unkillable. But yet,
hey, I just realized it.
What?
It said Stan Lee's, like Stanley, the full name.
Nice.
The pizza place, Stan Lee's Pizza Parlor.
Oh shit! Yeah, nice.
That is a nice touch.
But yeah, Hulk's dead, and then so Natasha's off investigating. She gives Nick Fury the message of, oh my god, it's hope, it's all about hope. And then she's killed. And then Nick Fury goes to Hope Van Dyne's grave. And he meets up with Hank Pym, who we find out has been killing the Avengers. Oh,
The only one with access to shield and fun. Yeah, Hulk had the worst one, man.
Yeah.
And what of Thor, Prince of Asgard?
Goldilocks? You would have recruited him in a
And the
heartbeat.
biggest surprise for me was Michael Douglas.
Yeah, it's Michael Douglas as the voice. There's lots of there's more recasting here than I thought. I want to say it might be 50-50 overall. But I was actually kind of surprised they got Michael Douglas to do this role. And
I was happy.
So what ends up happening is Hope Van Dyne, his daughter, joins S.H.I.E.L.D. She dies. He goes nuts from that, and then he starts, tearing away at Nick's plan at the Avengers. So he targets the Avengers Initiative. Thor was just kind of a bonus they walked into. And this is actually what I was wanting them to do when they started doing What If. I feel like every episode they're pushing that boundary, and they're getting closer and closer to the series I want to get.
No, this is absolutely I thought that right when I was watching. I go like, Bob must be so fucking happy.
Yeah, we're getting there. This is just chaos. This is an alternate world where shit gets crazy because Loki conquers this. Yeah, he conquers the world at the end of this one.
He does.
Yeah, and
I loved it.
Yes, the big twist at the end being that they reveal that Nick Fury, I almost said Nick Cage. Nick Fury does have the pager for Captain Marvel. He calls Captain Marvel, and then he goes to Captain America's shield. And
he goes to Cap where he's frozen, and then we see like Captain Marvel, and that one I was just like, oh god damn it, you're gonna end it there?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Captain.
I want to see how that goes on.
I know. Well,
So, where's the fight?
I almost want almost all these episodes, I will say, part of my issue is they end, and I kind of want the sequel.
Yeah, I kind of want a sequel to this one. I'm not gonna lie, because I think Carol Danvers and Steve Rogers would they'd work very well with each other.
I think the issue would be I guess Steve could do crowd control because we already know he wouldn't really help much with the fight directly against Loki. That being said, Captain Marvel would kick the crap out of Loki.
Shit out of him.
There'd be no question. No.
I mean, we would just look at him, Loki versus the Hulk, and just go, meh.
Yeah. So, this is what they need to do. Is this like the perfect example? I'd like to see them do more crazy stuff, but we are well on the way. I am happy.
Oh yeah, this was out of the park.
Yeah,
a new take. They rolled the dice with this one and knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah. I wish I had gone a copy of the meme for right now, but there was a great meme I saw. It was the beginning of the new Suicide Squad, where Amanda Waller's walking Bloodsport around, except instead of Bloodsport, it's Loki, Thanos, and Ultron. She's walking them around, and then she walks up to Peacemaker, except Peacemaker is now Michael Douglas Ant-Man, and it's just saying, he does what you guys do, but better.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he fucking murdered you. Like, you can go up there and be like, I will fight you and defeat you like all those other guys do, but, Ant-Man just comes through and sneaks through and kills him quite, I don't know if I want to say easily, but he does it quite efficiently, at least.
Yeah, I mean, when he kind of, at the end where he kind of where he pulled the curtain back and told us how he did it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most interesting was definitely Hawkeye, or Thor, rather.
Yeah. Well, Thor was very much just like, oh, I imagine he was probably targeting Hawkeye at that moment, and it was just like, oh, well, this guy's going to be an issue too, so...
Yeah, well, might as well get rid of Muscle Beach too, and I'll just take care of him.
Yeah.
I do love that they referred to him as Muscle Beach the entire time.
Yeah. And I also kind of like how it's like the big hero... well, I guess it wasn't a hero moment even in the original movie, because he doesn't pick up the hammer. But, he's approaching the big hero moment, and, oh, nope, he's dead. Yeah. Oh, my God, is he going to get the hammer? You don't know. You don't.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave you there.
Yeah. this is awesome because they definitely took a chance with this one. Like, I knocked it out of the park, and yeah, from that first one when Iron Man fell over dead, I was just, wait, what?
And I don't recall, but it's not Robert Downey Jr., but I recall the voice being totally decent. No,
I remember almost thinking it was Downey. I mean, it was a good enough impersonator.
Yeah.
Just how they got for the first episode of that one that sounded enough like Cap.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't Chris Evans, but it sounded enough like him.
No. See, I remember you do
That's, of course,
everything
Samuel
yourself.
Jackson.
How's it working out for you?
I've been worse.
You become a problem.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. And I'm really digging the animation style.
Yeah,
too. It's really growing on me.
Obviously, it would be cool to bring him in for live action, but this is obviously easier, and it also gives them a lot more freedom because they can jump around in time quite easily with this method. No problem.
And I mean, I guess this is just like the nostalgia in me. I mean, I would really like it if it was like that same side of animation style from Batman the Animated Series.
Ooh, yeah.
I just think like when they were doing comic book like cartoons to that model and everything, because well, I mean, Marvel kind of did their own thing with it, but they still fit that same, like a similar frame to how both of them looked. Like I'm comparing Spider-Man and Batman, which both of those series were on around the same time.
This series would easily have to be probably the best Marvel produced animation in 10 years. That being said, that's kind of a low bar if you've seen some of their animated movies.
Some of their animated
very hit and miss.
And shows, yeah, they're hit or miss, or I feel that they're too targeted to kids. Now, maybe because comic books originally were designed to sell to children.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a middle ground to go for, though.
There definitely is middle ground for that. Now, I feel when it comes to animation in the comic world, DC has been paving the way for the longest time, and they're like undisputed. Marvel, they're a little bit behind the eight ball, but they're still on point.
Like they did a couple of Ultimate Avengers Ultimate Avengers movies like 15 years ago. Put my thought all together. Those ones kind of sucked. There was an Ant-Man and Iron Man animated movie they did that was borderline unwatchable with how bad the animation
Hulk
is.
And Wolverine movie was unwatchable.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
But there was also a Doctor Strange movie. It's not great, but like the first half is actually pretty fucking good.
So it's kind of like The Killing Joke, how the first half is all right.
Yeah, but looking at the other end, when you look at like DC animation, like DC animation versus Marvel animation is literally the inverse of their live action stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
Marvel's got the live action stuff down, DC's got the animation stuff down.
Yeah.
Neither one's perfect, but man,
no,
I
got it down.
I would argue probably the only animation that probably surpasses DC would probably be coming out of like Disney or Pixar.
Yeah.
As far as American animation. Now, of course, like the best animation is going to be anime, but we can only get so far.
Yeah. We can only dive so far into that rabbit hole.
But yeah. But all that being said, What If is actually a great step forward in their animation department. That's pretty much my main point. It looks really good. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's pretty fucking good. Let's see. I don't know if I have any final thoughts other than I thought this was really good. Do you have any final thoughts, Bobby?
Yes.
I'm going to interrupt you while you're drinking.
Oh, Hail Hydra. No, this was great. They didn't do the swapping one character for another, which I was kind of worried that it might do. I'm noticing a very similar trend with these Marvel series. I've noticed that the first two episodes of each of these have kind of had very similar feels and tone, as in like the first two will almost kind of mirror each other.
Yeah.
In a way, sort of. And then they really start diving into the real good stuff after that.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision, Winter Soldier, and Cap and Loki all did the same thing.
Yeah.
This one's doing the same thing, and it's just repeating the formula, which it ain't broken.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to see what else they have.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this week.
I'm not
and
sure
I think,
what is tomorrow.
I want to say it's something about Doctor Strange. Because I saw something from Marvel, and it was Stephen Strange, and it was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Nice.
As Doctor Strange. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, we will.
And I think it might start diving into the multiverse.
Is there a multiverse?
Maybe.
I feel like this whole series is just that stealth.
I feel it is.
Spin-off.
I feel it is like kind of diving into it and showing all these different timelines.
Yeah. Hey, we introduced a multiverse. We'll show you a couple. We're not going to spend serious time with it, but here's a couple of tastes.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah. Great step in the right direction. I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.